10 Evaluation Dimensions of NFT Projects. NFT, Non-Fungible Token, is a term often used in the business world and is increasingly prevalent as cryptocurrencies make big headlines. However, only some know what this term means. In crypto markets, NFT tokens are an asset that can be traded freely on cryptocurrency exchanges. These tokens are unique. You can't have two identical copies of an NFT token, which is why they're called non-fungible. The blockchain project CryptoKitties gave the term NFT, and since then, many ICO projects have also launched their non-fungible tokens. When investing in an ICO, an important element to consider is the value of its non-fungible token. How will it benefit the project, or what use will it be? However, in reality, there are many different cases of how an NFT token can function. How to evaluate the value of NFTs. Utility. For non-fungible tokens to be able to have value, they need a purpose. Some tokens with value include Wabi, and Peculium, PCL, the function of which is to pay the fees incurred from using particular blockchains. Wabi's token can be used to pay the fees for transactions on their blockchain, and Peculium's token can be used for trading purposes on their decentralized exchange. The practical applications of NFTs in the real world, whether in the physical or digital realms, are the source of their utility. Because the physical and digital worlds are becoming increasingly intertwined, there is a growing need for a new asset class that can convert the value of assets from the real world to the digital world. NFTs are not only one of a kind, but they also can carry out a wide range of operations. In video games, for instance, they may serve the purpose of power-ups or spells. They can be used either as articles of clothing for the characters or as materials for constructing other things. Every digital item should have some practical use. A digital asset has little to no demand because there is no use case for it if it does not provide any usefulness. The value of an NFT can be increased immediately if it has a high utility level. This value may continue to grow over time depending on how popular the underlying project is and how much traction it receives. Examples of utility may be seen in play-to-earn non-fungible tokens, NFTs, such as Axie Infinity and Mobox. In these games, NFTs play an important part as in-game assets, each with its own distinctive set of qualities from which their value is derived. The value of non-fungible tokens, NFTs, in the gaming ecosystem is expected to continue increasing as new communities of gamers come into existence. This is because gaming NFTs now have the most utility. The quality of the collection represented by an NFT is another component that contributes to the value of an NFT. Although not all NFTs are included in a wider collection, for those that are, the potential marketability of upcoming content can affect the value of NFTs that were released in the past. The practical application of NFTs is yet another aspect that should be considered. Some non-fungible tokens, NFTs, can be redeemed for prizes in the real world, whereas other NFTs, for instance, can be used to get entry to events. For instance, people who purchase the Louis Capaldi NFT collection on Binance NFT are eligible for special incentives for each mystery box collection. These rewards can be tickets to a studio session, tickets to a hidden live concert, or even real products. Some people put their NFTs up as collateral for loans. In this hypothetical situation, access to NFTs will be denied until the borrower has repaid the loan in full, along with the agreed-upon interest rate. The NFT will be returned to the borrower once the debt has been settled. As an added value feature, NFT staking has also recently garnered much interest. When users stake the native NFT of a project, they are rewarded with in-game coins that can be redeemed for premium content. These coins can also be used to stake additional tokens. Binance NFT is one of the most popular platforms for gaming non-fungible tokens, NFTs, especially since the launch of IGO, Initial Game Offering, which allows users to find core gaming NFT assets from top-tier gaming projects that are only available on Binance NFT. This feature has helped make Binance NFT one of the most popular platforms for gaming NFTs. Rarity. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs, are rare because they are unique to the item they represent. This means that the value of NFTs has a strong perception of scarcity. The greater the perceived rarity of an NFT, the more value it tends to have. In a digital token economy, traditional valuation methods will not work since the NFT does not have any physical representation in a traditional sense. As such, NFTs cannot be valued through the traditional use of supply and demand. The perceived rarity of an NFT is one way in which the value of an NFT is established. The underlying asset can be common. Some non-fungible tokens, NFTs, are common, but their perceived rarity makes them unique and valuable as a collectible or commodity item. Community size. The size of the community around an NFT project will have a direct effect on its value. The larger the community, the greater the possibility that there will be demand for any new or existing NFTs created. The greater demand will be derived from the finite supply of NFTs in circulation. For example, Wabi and Peculium, both NFTs whose utility is associated with the Ethereum blockchain, is generally regarded as undervalued assets because their market cap is so low. Potential of the NFTs. An NFT's potential can be gauged by the popularity of the project in which it is released. The more popular the underlying project is, the greater the probability that an NFT will be universally accepted as a real-world asset that can be used to represent a physical or digital item. There are dozens of non-fungible tokens, NFTs, on the market with a greater or lesser degree of success. However, two types of NFTs are especially worth mentioning. The first category is the gaming above NFTs, which have already captured the attention of many investors and developers. These assets can play a fundamental role in the development of blockchain games. The other category is reserved for utility non-fungible tokens, NFTs, which are supposed to work as digital assets that can be used as an inside currency for digital projects, such as BitTorrent. Provenance. In the NFT space, we have seen provenance come to life unprecedentedly. When defining the value of NFTs, provenance is behind many of the projects in question. It is also underpinning many of their potential prospects. Many in this space need to remember that provenance is part of what makes a real-world treasure valuable. The provenance of an asset is the chain of ownership from its creation to its current owner. A good example of provenance in action is the green Leonardo da Vinci painting, which was discovered in 2012 and sold for $450 million. To recap, for a non-fungible token, NFT, the more attached it is to a real-world asset, the more valuable it will be. Personal taste. The appeal of an NFT will also depend on personal taste, but is less a factor that can be quantified through the theories discussed above. Is a particular NFT aesthetically pleasing? Very relevant, especially if you fall into the category of those who collect cryptocurrency-related items. Certain cryptocurrencies have a certain look and feel to them. Those are NFTs that look and feel like they have their personality. Collectors will recognize these tokens as such. How sentimental are you about the blockchain? You may own a small piece of the crypto universe. You may consider NFTs to celebrate your cryptocurrency investment if that's the case. How much of a fintech enthusiast are you? Potential NFTs may only be right for some, but if you're into blockchain tech and willing to put in just a little effort to understand these new NFT products, then it may be worth exploring them. It's more than just investors and traders that can benefit from NFTs. Developers and business owners will also find plenty of potential for using them to build their projects. NFTs are a new asset class, opening up new opportunities for investors. Still, it is important to consider the unique nature of these particular digital assets before investing. Unique holders. With an NFT, one can own something that no one else owns. The more unique it is in its design and manifestation, the more valuable it could be to its owner. This has made NFTs a target for speculators and investors looking to capitalize on these opportunities. In the history of blockchain technology, we have seen an explosion in the number of different cryptocurrency-related assets traded on exchanges. Floor price. Unlike a physical object with a floor price, a digital asset may never have a floor price. This means that under certain conditions and circumstances, the value of an NFT can go completely to zero. In theory, this can happen in the same way that central banks can cancel all debts, but there are limitations at play here. The self-canceling nature of an NFT makes it more volatile than other cryptocurrencies. This also makes it more dangerous as an investment. Function and taste. A digital asset created as an NFT has one of the unique characteristics of all assets: it can be used to represent a non-fungible entity. This means creating things like collectibles, artworks, and even physical goods is possible. Something that does not exist in the real world, so on the blockchain, with NFTs, this can occur in practice. There are hundreds of different types of NFTs, each with its functionalities. Creator prominence. While the underlying technology behind NFTs is currently more theoretical, the fact that they are digital assets with unique attributes means that they most probably will not be subject to the whims of governments and regulators in the same way as other money and cryptocurrencies. The lack of regulatory restrictions on NFTs has allowed for an explosion in their popularity. In particular, their simplicity and low entry barriers have made them attractive for widespread adoption. Is NFT a real investment? If you're new to the world of NFTs and want to dive right in, then you should be aware that these assets are extremely speculative. The period between 2015 and 2018 was an amazing time for the cryptocurrency market, as the price of Bitcoin surged from roughly $1,500 per coin to nearly $20,000. Today, less than 10 years after Bitcoin first appeared on a public blockchain, major cryptocurrencies like XRP, EOS, Cardano, and NEO are all valued at more than $1 billion each. When one thinks of investments, the first thing that springs to mind is the stock market. However, because most people only consider NFTs digital art forms, they need help understanding how stock markets and other traditional investment channels relate to NFTs. NFTs, on the other hand, are representations of real-world things like artwork, music, in-game products, films, and a variety of other things. Consequently, investing in non-fungible tokens, NFTs, involves investing in real-world goods and virtual assets that have a meaningful impact on people's lives. Investing in futures trading contracts is the most illuminating example of how investing in NFTs is comparable to investing in stocks. NFTs, representations of real assets, are constructed similarly to futures trading contracts in that they revolve around an underlying item. If there is no cause to question the practicability of futures trading in the financial markets, then there is no reason to question the legality of NFTs. Because they offer solutions to global issues, non-fungible tokens, NFTs, have a significantly higher value than futures contracts. As a result, NFTs are assets that will most likely serve as the fundamental component of investing endeavors. Conclusion. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs, are the deus ex machina missing in the blockchain world. They offer a solution to a real-world problem, but unlike existing options, they do not rely on the global banking system. It was only when NFTs came into existence that blockchain could move forward and become a technology that can be used to invest in the real world. Many NFT projects are on the market today, with many more coming soon.